Yes, boys and girls, welcome back to the Freo Faithful fan cams. The Dockers have just got up in a big win against Port Adelaide at Optus in the pissing down rain. The boys got up by 49 points, a massive win. So much to unpack, and you guys are in the right place to be to talk Freo after that big win. I'm rugged up, I'm cold, and I'm not even in Perth. But what a dub from the boys. First half, thought it took us a little bit to work into the game and work into the conditions. But once we brought that tackling and that toughness, our game really stemmed from there. Murphy Reid was best on ground for me today. His polish in front of goal was absolutely incredible. We got a comment here from Freo fan saying Bruce is the GOAT. Just his ability to finish in front of goal. He knows how to do it. He knows how to kick goals, that boy. Thought Heath Chapman had one of his best games of the year today, which is massive for his confidence. I think Kyle Warner as well. And just as a whole, as a defensive unit, I think everyone really worked well together. Drewsy's internet connection in 2025, no good. I can only do what I can, brother. I've got my internet plugged into my laptop. So have your say, guys. Join the link in the description of the YouTube to queue up and join in on the fan cam. Small forwards played great defensively. Sound to midfield. Wait, what? Small forwards played great defensively. Sound to midfield. Took a back seat a little tonight, but nice four-quarter effort. Don't really know what you're saying there, but yeah, it was a great four-quarter effort. And that's, 8 quarters in a row now where we've actually been good. Happy days. Happy days. We've got no one in the queue at the moment. If you join in the link, you'll be the first one in. Happy days. I was unreasonably nervous until the very end. From Mother. I wasn't nervous. I was chilling. Up the Dockers played well in the wet. Let's go get Gold Coast now. If we can beat Gold Coast heading into the bye, that would be massive. That would be absolutely incredible. Got an Eagles fan in here. Freo season back on track. Well, we're tied for 5th or 6th now, so we're in the right spot. We're in a good spot. We could be in a better spot, but we are where we are. If the weather was perfect, a 100-point win would have happened. Potentially. Let's have a look at how the game unfolded. So, thought instrumental to this win today was Luke Jackson. Once again, just absolutely dominated Dante, DiVincenzi, whatever your bloody name is, in the ruck for Port Adelaide. He made him look second rate, dominated all day, gave first use to our mids all day. I thought Neil Erasmus looked pretty slick, to be honest. I don't think he looked like he was a level below Sarong or Brayshaw today. I think he's really grown. Will Fife play Waffle next? Oh, that's the wrong comment. Will Fife play Waffle next week or sub for the Suns game? I reckon he'll be Waffle, or maybe we try bringing him back after the bye. Wow, UCAT is way better at reading fan comments. Well, you've got Drewsy tonight, so what can I say? Murphy Reid, genuine jet. What a player. What a game Murphy Reid had tonight. So Luke Jackson led the ranking points for the Dockers today with 21 disposals and 38 hitouts. Matt Johnson getting a goal, finishing in front of the big sticks, which was good to see. Sarong with 29, but really, to be honest, I think the main story out of this game was Murphy Reid. I'm not sure if he's got a rising star on yet, but if he hasn't, the man deserves one. We've got Ashton waiting in the room. Ashton, chuck your camera on. Let me know that you're ready, mate, and we will get you in. But yeah, I thought it was a really good, balanced team display today. It's gutted to see Cooper Simpson get injured with that AC joint. He's going to be out for a long time with that. That was a clean break. Arm disconnected from his clavicle. You could just see that was a clean snap. So prayers up for Murphy Reid. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. But yeah, hated to see that. Murphy got his nomination in round 6. There you go. But yeah, puts himself back in the equation for the rising star conversation. That was an incredible performance from young Murph. Erasmus played well, says Diggy Roscoe. Yeah, I think that was a good display from Erasmus. He's a good tackler. That's what I picked up from him tonight. Boy can tackle and bring down defenders with ease. I thought we defended really well tonight as well. No one's really mentioned that yet, but yeah, just as a unit, Alex Pearce will probably miss a few weeks with that bump on Darcy Byrne-Jones. Even though we didn't intend to hurt him the way that he did, I just think, he's concussed someone in today's AFL. You're going to miss at least two. Thoughts on Tracy today? Wasn't his day in front of goal, but, I thought Voss and Amos really stepped up today. I thought Tracy did well to hold the ball up and compete and bring that toughness that we know he can, but it's always going to be tough for the tools in the wet. Like Amos kicked one, Voss kicked one, and then the rest of it was a shared load between our smalls. Reed with 4. Dudley, by the way. Isaiah Dudley and Murphy Reed in that forward line. Love that. Great small forwards. They really set the tone for us today, I thought. Sam Switkowski with 2, which is good. Good for his confidence, even though one was from a 50. And yeah, like William has said here, 2 games, 2 4-quarter performances. Now, you guys haven't just jumped on here to listen to what I have to say, so make sure you guys hop in the stream, click the link on YouTube, get backstage, and have a yarn with me, because no one just wants to see my ugly head talking for the next 40 minutes. All young players played their roles. I agree. If you look across the ground, I thought Warner's not really a young player, but, not massively experienced. I thought he had a good game today. Chapman working in tandem. Johnson was better today. It was just a good team performance. I don't think there was anyone that really had a really shite game. 10 wins to think about finals, 2 down, 8 to go. Not even thinking about finals yet, but yeah, this Gold Coast game next week is big. Isaiah Dudley times Cozzy Pickett times Murphy Reed to feed families. Well, if we do hypothetically get Cozzy, who comes out for him? We defiantly need 4-quarter performances for next week against the Suns. Yeah, it's going to be a tough test up on the Gold Coast. What have they got this week? They have St. Kilda tomorrow. So we get a bit of a bigger break than they do, which is handy. But the Suns, yeah, they're a good team. Very hard to beat up at the old Metricon Stadium. But yeah, good to see that we're finally putting 4 quarters together. And yeah, just play the conditions well tonight, I thought. Obviously very tough, very wet. You don't want to sort of chip mark all day, which Port tried to do in the first quarter, and then they couldn't really sort of work themselves into the game after that because, our method, I thought, our ability to compete hard inside and with Jackson in the ruck, thought, yeah, we were just going to make it a scrappy contest all day, which we did, and that's why the smalls got rewarded. That's why the tools don't think had a massive day today on the scoreboard. They just sort of brought it to the ground and the smalls got to work from there. How many weeks for Alex Pearce? Didn't see the incident. I think at least 2. Minimum 2 for Alex Pearce, unfortunately. And I feel like he didn't even hit his jaw first. I feel like he sort of got his arm into the arm and then shoulder came over the top. But when you're knocking someone out in the AFL, or concussing someone, you're going to get weeks. All right. Someone who went to the game or has something to say, hop into the stream. Click the link in the description. Be tough to beat the Suns without our captain, maybe Drapes. Yeah, Drape is obviously the one that comes straight back in. Makes the most sense. Yeah, we will miss Alex Pearce. They've obviously got, Ben King. We've got big Jed Walter as well. Ethan Reed. They do have quite a tall forward line. Omac should be the replacement for Pearce, not Draper. Well, hasn't he been playing as a forward or like a ruck in the waffle? So, yeah, I don't know. We got options there, but obviously Moose is probably our first choice on the team sheet, full stop, let alone in our defense. So it's going to be hard to replace him. Jai stepped up today and used his body more like JT. Yes, he did. Newcat was messaging me saying that Jai Amos had a great game. Thought he competed really well. So it's not just goals and touches that get you recognised, is it? We have a look at Jai Amos's game. He had 9 disposals, just the 3 marks, but yeah, 3 tackles, competed well, kicked 1 goal too. We liked Jai's game today. You reckon we will see Will Brodie this year? Probably not, unless there's lots of injuries to our midfielders. But yeah, who do you guys reckon, if Cozzy Pickett does come, back to this comment up here, who comes in? Who comes in? Who goes out? That would be a tough one. Luke Jackson was asked after the game by Will Schofield. He's like, what's the go with the contract? And he sort of just batted it down. He was sort of just like, oh, yeah, love the club, love playing footy here. Really happy at the moment playing here. So I don't know. He didn't definitely say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm saying I don't know what all the noise is about. There's obviously something there. Where are the regular peeps that call in? I don't know. All of you guys are welcome to call in, hop on the stream. If you're sat in the chat, you might as well hop in and have your say. Drizzy back in next week. Yes, he is. Who drops out for the Driz? Who? You think of our team at the start of the year in the midfield, had Jager O'Meara and O'Driscoll. Who's come in? Wagner? But he's done a good job. Maybe Driz comes in for Banfield and then Wagner goes back into defense, something like that. Oh, the blasphemous libel. Here he is. My man. Are you at the pub?
Cheers. Naturally, Como Hotel. Como Hotel, man.
Yes. Happy days. Wait for the traffic to die down. What did you see at the game today?
So yeah, I was there with my mum, who's just driving back to Dunsborough, my family old stomping ground. But I'm actually based around Como. So what I saw of the game? Honestly, it's good to see 2 games where we're actually holding some semi-watt consistency, is what I basically would say. I think there's still obviously a lot of room for improvement. There's guys I'm going to have to single out here. Like, I still think Johnson is pretty mediocre, to say the least. I don't want to be one of those guys that goes, oh, he's scored a goal, move him on to the next game and let's give him another game. When you look at him inside and outside the contest, he's
Benji,
I think Erasmus is proven that he's in terms of development and improvement, has got a lot more headroom than a guy like Johnson does. So I'd like to see that.
We'll see how it plays out. I don't think he had the worst game today, but yeah, I think everyone played well today. So you're all right. What did you think of Erasmus tonight, and what have you made of his last couple of weeks?
This week, last week, has just been I've been the biggest critic of that guy. So brutal, and I feel like I'm just watching a completely different player. And it really excites me for us Freo Faithful, because I was everybody else thinking D-list or trader, and now I'm looking at it at a completely different perspective. The other one, in terms of a trade or a player list management perspective, which I think is the elephant in the room, is the Darcy versus Jackson discussion. The obvious, I think, decision is going to be over the next couple of weeks is that the way Jackson is playing and with Voss being a pinch hitter is just the chemistry is working. And until we, I guess, give Darcy the benefit of the doubt to, get through his injury woes, build up some confidence in the waffle, that's what the obvious formula that we have to stick with, at least for the next half of the season. Like, 6, 7, 8 rounds, and then we might have another different discussion. Player wise,
Jackson
otherwise,
might not be here next year. They were speaking to Jackson after the game, and he was probably best on ground today, but we don't actually know if Jackson's going to be here next year if you read into the reports. I hope he stays. But I do agree with you. We do look a lot better. And when you watch the last 2 weeks and see how much Jackson dominates, it is frustrating to think that he's going to be removed from that position as soon as Sean Darcy comes back in.
I'm not convinced with the media speculation with this one. I think it's because I know us as Freo guys are used to being on the opposite end of the spectrum of constantly getting the raw end of the deal. I just everything on paper, aside from the girlfriend situation, it just doesn't make sense to me why in terms of evidence, why he would want to go elsewhere. But even if we do, it's like, I think the obvious situation for us, like long term as a club, is that we need to be having some obviously seriously hard thinking discussions of the plan B, or the worst case scenario that if Jackson goes, do we seriously think that Darcy as a option A ruckman behind, say, like a Voss Pinchetter is really going to work? And I'm not convinced. Like, from
We've
what
seen it
I
before.
now
We
think.
have seen it before.
Yeah, but like the modern game and is one component, but also just like the chemistry in which our team works in general. It's evident, like the game, especially over the past year or two, has changed, where I just don't think a traditional ruckman formula is going to work anymore. In this
Fair play. Who else?
Yeah, in this.
Who else impressed you today? We can get off the Jackson stuff because we can talk all night about that. But what else did you like today?
I wouldn't say I lie without getting too love affair with my old mate Bruce, because he can't lie. Yeah, well, to the point where I'm like just screaming at Bruce across my end of the ground, and everybody thinks I'm booing, and I'm trying to get the Bruce count going, but no one digs it, which is just freaking frustrating.
Get the Bruce chant going at Optus. Come on, we know we call him Bruce. Get it going, Bruce.
I'm the only one that's doing it, and like no one else gets around it. They're just going, "Oh, you're just booing players." Like, for fuck's sake! Like, I've just cussed on this channel, but like, there's no way other way around it. It's like, you have Adam Uze, how long are we doing that? We got Saad. Like, how many more examples? So we've got like the textbook, like, opportunity to turn this into our own, and we just don't do it.
Yeah. 100%.
Probably the most disappointing part of that.
What did you make of the combo I was going to say the combo of Murphy Reid and Isaiah Dudley today was a real standout for me. The skill that they have, they just look like best 22 players at such a young age.
Yeah, I agree. I think in particular, like the soccer that Bruce kicked off the ground which is like just extremely intelligent football, and just kicking into space. And working off the contest, that's the stuff we need to see. I still feel like, there's pockets where like Frederick is still where, we love his splashy bits, and he, needs to still work on his pressure as a craft forward. The commentators were going on like ogling over him last week because that was his best game of the season, but it's the whole package. It's like, it's one thing to have like 4 or 5 goals and everybody thinks you're a jet, but to have that craft to like connect with the other players, move into forward pockets, find ways of holding space is what made those two as great as they were today. And I'm hoping Freddie can take a step forward in a page out of their book. But I'm still not 100% convinced of him. But the talent is there. It's taking talent and actually working for the team like those two are at the moment I think is going to be the next step for him.
Great comment here from Mother. It's Brucey. What we telling them? That's a Brucey reference. I've got that. But yeah, I agree with Frederick. Like, he's shown enough, but like, how does he connect? How does he link up? Where does he fit? I do understand what you mean, but I think he's got enough talent to get there. Our small forwards did the work tonight on the goal kicking front. Disappointed that JT didn't kick any goals, but it was a tough night for the Tools. What did you make of Vossi, JT, and Amos?
Vossi goes without saying. His pressure, and I've already had a bit of a rant just before about him as a pinch hitter. I think he has solidified himself in the position that there's not much more to say. JT is 1%ers, and there was positions on the wing where he did some beautiful things. There was one moment I remember in the last quarter with Amos where I thought, oh shit, we've just had a massive turnover inside the middle of the guts of the in the middle of the guts of the field, where he managed to clinch it and hold it down, which I just went, that's one of the best 1%ers I've seen him do for a while. So even though Amos has on the scoreboard was pretty average as per usual today, I felt like his intensity and his 1%ers were fantastic. So to answer that question.
100%.
Yeah,
I don't think you can
I'm hoping
really
sorry,
question
you go.
Amos's 1%. I don't think you can question his 1%ers week to week. I feel like sometimes he gets pretty isolated, and he does get criticized when he gets isolated. But he got further up the ground today, and I thought, he got to work himself into it more and display his talent and his.
Can I turn the question on you because? Can I turn the question on you because I've come in a little bit late? Has there been any discussion yet on the Alex Pearce saga that happened?
So he will get weeks. He will get at least 2. I know he didn't intentionally concuss the bloke. He will. It's in the AFL. If you concuss someone, you're going to get weeks.
Yeah. I could go on my high horse with this because, honestly, if we didn't have this stupid high contact, high intentional, stupid coding system, that to me, in my opinion, is nothing but he clearly exhibited a duty of care as a defender coming into that contest to hold himself back and try and slow his momentum out, and they even pulled his shoulder away to avoid any form of anything worse than that. And for that to be even a fine, if it weren't for this stupid system, to me it's just banana. And that it's the most infuriating thing I think most AFL fans can say, regardless of what side you're on or where you sit on the fence, that this match review system for a contest like that just makes us go, well, why are we even playing football? Should we just wrap all our players in bubble wrap and actually not even have a contest for a football? There's nothing that he could have honestly have done to protect the
head. Yeah.
What honestly could he have done to protect the player? So we're just going to throw him under the bus and give him 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's just ludicrous.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Well said. I appreciate you joining. I'm going to get SB in here because he's always waiting on the train. And by the time I get him in, he's always at Freo Station. But thanks for joining once again, big man. And I'm glad you enjoyed the night at Optus. Was it nice and warm at the stadium? Were you all rugged up?
It was pretty nippy to say the least. But there was a couple of games late about this time last season where it was even worse. So I deliberately position myself in the southwest column where like you're protected from the rain, so I can look like the little tally ho guy like laughing at the peasants. So I was okay.
Good man. Stay warm. Take care of yourself. Get home safe. Good on you. Thanks for joining once again. All right, SB. Hopefully the connection is good. On the train to Freo. How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. I'll talk quick in case we drop out. So, look, it was a good game. We won, but again, I'm traumatized after that Saints game, man. I just don't know who I'm watching. I don't.
Yeah.
I just can't trust myself. Like, was it? And Port are kind of winged as well. Like, are they a bit demoralized? That their coach is leaving. So I'm not here to throw water on everyone's groins, but it's just like something's missing.
What you can say, there's been improvement from that Saints game. You can definitively say that.
Absolutely,
So,
but
I know it was like rock
it's
bottom.
just
You could, yeah, but
I'm like I always say the same stuff. I just look at Collingwood and I'm like, I want our fringe players to play like Elliot. I want to kick him like Elliot and to have bodies like Elliot. You know what I mean? Like to just be tough and mean and
yeah, we're at a different stage though.
But look what we're going to do. Vossi, we've all got to get it. We've got to get around Vossi when he kicks these goals like he's a debutant. Like, because we've got to pump him up. You know, we've got it's good, Vossi. He's meant to be kicking him. He's a forward. You know?
Yeah. No, I feel ya. After the St Kilda game, I've said it on the podcast, but I've lost my health bar down to like a 3 after that Saints game. I'm only at about a 5 now,
Yes.
but the last 2 weeks we have played every quarter. We have shown up every single quarter. So
we have lots of positives. I'm not. You know. Yeah, look, a win's a win. You know, I want it all. I want the cup. I want the glory. I want, look, think about Lachie Neale. So he's held up that cup before everyone on our team. Can you believe that?
yeah, I can. I can.
Yeah? Well, you can.
What did you like? What did you see at the game? What did you like about the snap?
Look, there was a lot to like. Frederick, obviously, it would be a shame if we've seen the best of him. Like, we all want him to be elite and to be running people down and kicking goals and going from strength to strength, but there's something not quite right there with Freddie.
How can you say that after the week he had last week? He didn't have a bad game tonight.
I know.
Like,
I got high hopes for him. I guess, I just remember that tap back with Melbourne a couple of years ago. I'm like, yes, that's what we want. We want all that good stuff. You know?
Come on. I've asked you what you liked at the game today, and you've come in and potted Freddie straight away. There must have been more that you liked than just wanting to pot Freddie.
No, it's not him. I also wanted to give one shot to Jono too. Is he good?
You just lagged out a bit. What'd you say?
Tell me, Jordan. Is he good? Is Johnson good?
Is Johnson good? I think he can be a good player. I think he just needs to improve his ball use. But once he gets his ball use, and he kicked a goal today from 50, which was, that's improvement. So I'm trying to look on the bright side of this win. I don't want to come on here and be negative.
All right, okay, no. I don't know, but it's difficult because I just desperately love the boys, and I want them to really, one thing I walked past Sean Darcy. He looks like he's ready to go, from what I saw. And
walked past
now
him,
we're in that.
and he looked good.
I walked past him. He did, and I fought the urge to, as a middle-aged man, to cozy up to him and get a selfie. All right.
Did you?
But No, desperately wanted to, but I just think it's sometimes with these, it's a bit awkward, like it's a bit unbecoming of me to go, oh, gotta get a photo, gotta get a selfie. So, but anyway, next week, so what, is he an automatic or what? Are we playing, are we doing it?
I actually think he would be good in that game because Witts is just like a big, strong boy. I feel like Jackson was a level above Vincent Cheney, whatever the bloke's name was. I don't even know what the other ruckman was called. Dante Vincent Chenzo or whatever his name is. But I remember like a really good game that Sean Darcy had. I think it was last year against Gold Coast. I feel like he competes well against Jared Witts. And like we can mix around the ruck time. Obviously,
Yes.
Jackson plays his best footy when he's 100% in the ruck. But I think that is a good game for Darcy to come back in for. I wouldn't hate that.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I'm trying to think of the positives. Like, there were goals aplenty. Dudley was good. Bolton managed to slot one at the end. He looked a bit proppy at one stage. He came off right in front of me to the bench looking wincing and stuff. And I was like, what is this? What now? What now?
Yeah.
So hopefully he's okay.
It was good to see him run out the whole game
yeah,
for sure because I just want to see him play a full season.
Yeah, well, he's definitely we haven't had someone with that. Just remember, I always be, I'm the old days. I bring up the old days. So we're just missing that Valentine. That little. We just need someone with that that X factor and that grunt down there. We haven't had that in a little while. Walters obviously. Who knows? But I won't bring everyone down anymore. If you've got anyone in the waiting lineup, I would say it is good to see Reed. He is a revelation, an absolute revelation. Like
100%.
Now, totally essential player. Now, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
criminally didn't get picked. I have no idea why. And it's funny, he kicks the 4 and we're like, oh yeah, that's good. And then Vossi kicks the 1 and we go, get around him.
Yeah, no,
different
Murphy
players. They
certified best 22
need different
player.
things.
Yeah, but his ability to finish in front of goal is just absolutely top draw. Young Murphy. Summarise what you saw today, SB, and then I'm going to get Alex in here who's been waiting a while. But thanks for joining once again and enjoy your train trip back to Freo.
It was a good win. It has gone some way to healing the damage from the Saints. I'll enjoy the replay during the week. I didn't think there was anything in that Pierce hit, but then again, like I looked at it. It was a hard hit, but how much head did he get? I mean, the guy was concussed, so as you say, it's probably a spell.
Yeah.
Look, onward and upward, man. The last thing I'll say is we've got to put our foot on their necks more, Like we just got to.
Yeah. I thought we did that today. I thought we did go for the kill today.
We did, and we got 100. We've got to get 100, man. Like it's got to be aiming to that 100 every week. We can't be, easing off. And yeah, I suppose today so I want to see that next week. Let's take care of Dimmer and his balls next week. Let's do it.
Bloody oath. Diggy Roscoe said, this guy's a legend. You are an absolute legend, SB. I'll let you go. Take care, brother. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Jay.
What a man. All right, Alex is next. Alex, brother, what are you saying? Dockers win, 4 points, 2 on the bounce.
Mate, what a game. Like? Beautiful. Well, the first thing I absolutely loved is the last 15 minutes, just touching on what the last bloke was saying. That last 15 minutes, we didn't take the foot off the gas at all. That was great. I can't remember which game it was a few weeks ago. We were winning by 30, 40 points, and we ended up dropping it down a little bit because we just took the foot off at the end of the last quarter. But that was nice.
Adelaide was that all over, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing was Bailey Banfield, mate. He's never never been what we wanted him to
Yes.
be, but he's always been what we've needed him to be. You know, comes on as a super sub, plays a bit of midfield, finds his spot in the back line. He just can't play forward, mate. He can't play what we fucking drafted him to do, but he always finds a way to impress when he's been out of the team for a little while. I thought he was great.
He's our little like Timu Josh Weddle. Just play him
Yeah,
forward, play him down back. But yeah, he came on as a sub. He could be a handy half-back flanker. Little left foot half-back flanker, lockdown little role. I don't mind it.
yep. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed when I saw Cooper Simpson's shoulder. That didn't look too nice, but yeah, we managed to get the perfect sub in, I suppose. Banner's played well, but yeah, the
100%.
other stuff I
he
thought
did well.
Patrick Voss, favourite player. He's my favourite player. I can't get around the energy that he brings. Did you see him celebrating that goal with Pierce? Jumped all over Pierce like it was his own
Like
goal.
jumping up on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a man. Yeah, the energy he brings. He brings the character that this team really needed, I feel.
Yeah, 100%. And Matt Pavlich touched on it for a brief moment, but we've been the youngest and the most inexperienced team for the last 2 weeks in a row, if what Matt Pavlich said was correct. We're playing pretty well for being, a young, inexperienced team.
Yeah.
But how many years have we been the youngest
It's
and
weird.
most inexperienced
Yeah,
team? It
because
doesn't make
I was
sense.
having this chat with my brother the other day. It's like, how do we keep becoming the youngest, most inexperienced team? And it's like, well, you lose Jager O'Meara, Neil Erasmus comes in. You lose Michael Walters and Dudley comes in. Murphy Reed comes in for like a Sam Sturt. Fife goes out and like, I don't know, Johnson or whoever it is. So that's how we keep becoming younger. But when you're bringing in players like Dudley, Murph, and Neil Erasmus, I thought was pretty solid today as well. Like this high end talent, they've been around the club for a while, even though they are young still. Like Kyle Warner, Neil Erasmus, those types that are not as experienced. Like they sort of know what it takes to play at the level, and looking good for a young side.
How well's Kyle Warner been playing? Holy smokes!
Yeah,
I think
he's a tough boy.
Yeah. Intercept marking, just good decisions. He's been very clean. Yeah, he's the
Do you reckon
complete
he could be
opposite
like a
to
bit of a
Matthew
Luke Ryan
Johnson.
type?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's a couple centimeters taller than Luke Ryan. But yeah, no, he's and I'm talking a bit of smack. I thought Jono actually played fairly well considering most weeks the amount of fumbles and mishaps that he has. But on that, Neil Erasmus, what a bull! He's a bull. Gets the ball out of the contest. I don't know how many clearances he got today. I haven't checked the stats too much, but I thought he did really well, especially in the wet weather, just to get the ball moving forward.
100%. I thought his contest work today was great. His tackling, just keeping it in front of him, didn't really turn the ball over too much. 17 disposals for Neil Erasmus. Half contested, half uncontested, so a good balance of inside and out. 76% efficiency, and 4 clearances he had. So big up Neil. He's making his he's taking his claim to stay in the team.
Good on him. Yeah, and I think they both grew up playing together. I believe they both came from Subiaco. Both got drafted as good mates. So hopefully they can get a bit of time together and they can drag each other up, pull each other along.
That's true.
They
played a lot of waffle together. I knew that. I didn't realize. I didn't think about them playing at Subi together, but yeah, I think they both did. Vossi, great game. You just mentioned Voss the boss there. What do you think of Jai today?
Oh, I think Jai, he's got it there. It's just about, I don't know, game time. When UCAT was talking about, dropping him back to the waffle for a little while, I was on the same page, just thinking that he needed to get back there and build a bit of form. But to be honest, I think if we can get away with him having a few bad games, I think he played really well tonight. He was using his body a bit more. I think he's got it in him. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. I think, he was using his body really well today.
Is when bad form is rewarded with getting picked every week. Like JL said in a press conference this past week, they were asking him about Neil Erasmus and how his game against GWS sort of warrants him to play a few games. And he's like, no player in this team should feel safe. But I feel like at times this year, players like Amos or Johnson have had shit games and just been selected regardless. So I think Amos is a really important player for us structurally. And UCAT messaged me and said the Smalls wouldn't have had the night that they had tonight if it wasn't for the contest that Jai brought. So, yeah.
Yep.
Very happy with Jai's game
Yeah,
tonight.
solid.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Murphy Reid,
Yep.
Dudley, how good were they?
Mate, what is going on? What is going on? I think Dudley's the smallest player in the competition. We've got to stop bombing the ball long to him in a 3-on-1 contest, that's for sure. But if the ball hits the ground, he's electric, isn't he? And Murphy Reid, good lord. Murphy Reid, Bruce. Oh,
Yeah.
I just don't know what to say about
Bring
those
the
two.
Bruce chance to
They
Optus.
speak for themselves.
So
Yeah,
skillful.
100%. 100%.
It's just
Oh, and how was that last goal he kicked? The check side, wrong foot, doesn't matter. Straight at it. He was playing.
he just knows how to finish.
He played the
was a
small
trick
forward
shot.
perfectly there. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was good to finally
As
be
soon
at
as
the
he
end of
gets
the
the
game
ball inside
and to
50,
be able
I
to
just
watch.
think he's going to finish.
Yeah, 100%. And he's like they keep saying in the commentary. He's one of those one touch. He just needs one touch. He needs one split second, and he just makes the right decision and sets us up. Very clean player.
100%. So lucky to have him. Like, we were rumored to take Joe Berry with our pick, who's ended up at Port Adelaide, and he hasn't really hit the ground running. And yeah, Bruce has come in and has just, not like he struggled a little bit with form throughout the losses, like everyone did. But UCAT said he could have used a spell in the twos, but when you're kicking 4 at AFL level in conditions like that, you're some talent for sure.
Yeah, I was pretty big on Bo Allen, getting Bo Allen, the Peel midfielder, in the draft. And when Eagles got him, I was extra disappointed when the wet toast Eagles got him. But super happy with good old bloody Murphy Reid, biggest slider of all time.
100%. Yeah, definitely. Like Murphy Reid, I don't think anyone would have thought he would have slid to our pick, but we definitely would have taken Bo Allen and Joe Berry ahead of him. But he was left on the table, and that's what happens. Happy days.
Do you reckon? Do you see him playing? It's early in his career. Do you see him playing more midfield minutes, or do you like seeing him that sort of forward mid role where he pushes up the ground and becomes that link up player?
Yeah, I see him in the same rotation as like Hayden Young and Shea Bolton. Like, I think you can just sort of mix it whatever way we need, depending on matchups. As JL says, horses for courses, one of his favorite sayings. Like, I don't think Brayshaw and Sarong will really rest forward too much, especially with Erasmus in the side and O'Driscoll that can run through there. Wagner can play midfield as well, but I think that dynamic rotation we have with Bolton and Hayden Young, I think, is always going to have a key role in that half forward area for us. And then, if the opportunity comes for him to push up into the middle of the ground, great. But how are we going to break into a midfield with Brayshaw or Sarong at the moment? I don't know how you do.
That's one new way to get drunk extremely fast is have a shot every time JL says horses for courses in a press conference. Oh my.
Well, when he's asked 20 questions about Jackson and Darcy every time, like.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I don't know if you I mean, I'm sure you're aware of it, but I was watching Dan Hoyne on SEN, the champion data expert, earlier in the week, and it got publicised a bit that, not to harp on about Luke Jackson and Darcy any longer, but he was talking about how Jackson stands far ahead of all the other ruckmen in impact per ruck minute, and you just see it again tonight. So I think we can put it to bed that 90% of Fremantle supporters are hoping for Jackson to take hold of that ruck position as the first ruck, but we all know what's going to happen next week, don't we? Horses for courses. Jared
This
Witt's
guy
big
knows his stuff.
209
Says Freo forever. He's loving what you're saying.
There isn't a bit of Freo media that doesn't get past me, to be honest. Obsessed. But this is the best.
Speaking
This is
of
the best
media,
one of them all.
Yes, come on. Well, it's the voice of the
I'm,
fans. It's not just
I'm,
me. It's all
I'm
you guys
waiting
that
for the potty all day long, mate. Everyone's like, "What are you doing after work?" I'm like, "Mate,
Yeah, man.
I'm waiting for the boys. Waiting for the boys on Freo Faithful."
You're a good man,
I got a
Alex.
team selection video
Yeah,
coming out
Luke
soon.
Jackson's Luke Jackson's impact is ridiculous. I think you could probably make a case for him having 5 or 6 Brownlow votes over the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, we'll see what
Yeah,
happens
for
with
sure.
Darcy, but yeah, we need to lock Jackson down into this contract. You're staying until 2029, whether you want to be traded or not, doesn't matter. You're staying. I don't care if you request a
Yeah,
trade. Too bad, mate. Doing the time.
yeah, 100%, 100%. But yeah, no,
Easy.
good win, great times,
Summarize what
happy
you thought,
days.
Alex. Good win. Thanks for joining. Anything else you want to close out on before I get Tanu in?
Oh no, just to be honest, I'm looking forward to you and UCAT spitting some yarns about the victory, but don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Bloody
Like
oath.
the what was the metal singer talking about again? We can't get too ahead of ourselves because that actually it might have been the last bloke. That St Kilda loss is still looming like a dark cloud over all of us, I think. But it's good to get a couple wins. Happy days.
100%. And I think JL said after, well, he said it in a press conference, like, you do have to actually absorb the wins and what it feels like and, like, sit in it a little bit. Like yeah, you move on pretty quickly, but when you've just won, let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, well,
I'm enjoying it.
you could actually.
So,
Sorry, one more thing as well. You could see it on the like after the game's finished when the cameras are just rolling around the boys talking to each other after the game. The energy was just so high. Energy was absolutely up there, and hopefully they can just use that to continue rolling through. But appreciate it, brother. Happy days.
you're a good man, Alex. We love you. Good
I'll speak.
man. I'll let you go. Oh, I've cut him off a bit too soon there. He's good man, Alex. We love all the people that join regularly. Alex, Tanu's another one, so let's get him in.
Hey, yo.
Tanu!
Oh, I'm scared, man. I'm scared to get my hopes up. Like, it's like you can feel it, but if you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we got this. Like, you just there's a little bit of you inside that's going, this, like, the belief is coming, but not yet. Just one more week, and then I got the belief. I reckon.
Yeah. If we can beat the
Like-
Suns, and we got a question here about like moving on the focus on how we can beat the Suns, what gives you confidence that what you've seen in the last 2 weeks is good enough to go up to People's First Stadium and get the dub?
Oh man, I've been watching the Suns game. It's pretty good. that's the problem. I think midfield. I think Jackson has it. Really, I think Jackson's kind of the key. I know we are talking before, like, Darcy Jackson, but I just feel, just let Darcy cook in the waffle until he's done. That's until he's ready to come out. That's what he's like. He's a cake. You put the knife in, comes out, and it's just got like the dirty bit on it. It's not ready. He's not ready yet. He's got to go put him away, leave him in. Like, I want Darcy in there 5 weeks. I think he's great. I really think like he's a great ruck and a great player. But if you're not match fit, you're a liability, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's my thought at the moment.
Well said.
When you got
100%.
Jackson that's just in form, he's 100% form at the moment. Like I said, I watched the Hoyne thing as well, which is great. So what was it? Jackson's the number 1 impact ruck, and Bolton is the number 1 impact midfielder as well. That was the other one in there. That surprised me. So he's filled in Hayden Young's role as good as Hayden Young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
Hayden
said.
Young
Two very dynamic players. Like, as soon as the ball hits the ground, if Shea Bolton and Luke Jackson are in the area, they're making something happen. And it's not just putting your head over it. It's spinning out of a tackle. It's doing a handball that the opposition can't sort of see coming or whatever it is. They're just line-breaking players. And, super high level of talent between those two.
Yeah. I'm a little bit worried if we don't have Pierce, because I imagine Pierce will go on Max King. So I guess we put Cox on. And Cox is doing good. I guess. But I'm a little bit scared
Draper
there.
can do a job.
Yeah, Draper could do a
Like-
job, actually. You're right. Bring in old Drapes, dust him off,
Yeah,
come back in.
100%. No, Cox has been in good form. Yeah, Ben King. You said Max King there, but they could be the same
yeah.
bloke. I've never seen the two in the same room at the same time,
King,
so
you're right, yeah.
probably are the
The other-
same bloke.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got some tall timber down there. They've got Jed Walter, who I feel like is just waiting for a game to really break out. Ethan Reed. And then I'd like to see Geordie Clark go to Ben Long because he's a dangerous player. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good game next week. We're going to really see where we're at. Gold Coast right at the top of the ladder at the moment. How do you go against them away from home? Because, we beat Adelaide, who narrowly lost to them up at Metricon. I want to call it Metricon because that's just how I know it. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game up there.
I think our forwards are better than their backs. I think their back line is slightly vulnerable to the forward line that we have. If I was going to pick a big, because I look at the midfield, I go, yeah, that's pretty even. In fact, I'd say except for the ruck department, they probably have us in the midfield. And then I look at their...
Yeah, do you think they have us in the ruck department?
No, not the ruck department.
Spoke about how impactful Luke Jackson is.
Not the ruck. But I mean, their three mids to our three mids. I think that's pretty much cancels out. And then Jackson's the only bit that we're above. So there's that. And then I think our backs kind of neutralize their forwards, would be my guess.
Okay, so looking at their back six, I think they're pretty underrated. Like Sam Collins, former Docker.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's one of best and fairest there. Mac Andrew, Bodie Euland, Will Power, he's super strong, and then Noble and Rioli are their runners. So they do have a good back six. I think we stack up really well against them, to be honest. If anything, I think their forward line's a bit weak with like Holman. Not weak, but like that's probably their weakest area with like Walter, who hasn't been informed and that type of thing. But I think we run a little bit deeper than they do. But yeah, it's going to be a great challenge. It's
going to be hard. They haven't played this week yet, right? Maybe they get... I mean, I don't hope for injuries, but we'll see.
They play St. Kilda tomorrow. Yeah, we don't want that, but it is handy. It is handy. But, they have Tuke Miller, who's been playing... Yeah, Tuke Miller's been playing that high half forward role really well this year. So they've got plenty of options. Who did you like tonight? Who were your 3-2-1? I'll go ahead with what you were about to say.
I was just going to say, like, one other thing I've noticed is, like, I haven't trusted Freo's game plan at all, but tonight was, like, especially with Hoyne's thing on the week, he said the halfback was really good. Number one halfback scoring team, which is the same as the last four premiers, which is crazy, like a crazy stat to have. Yeah. And then it seems that it's finally clicking. Like, I didn't believe it, but it's kind of like it's come together and like it's stacking up, which is surprising. The stats support it, so I'm behind it. My 3-2-1, right?
It sounds like you're getting your hopes up, son.
Oh, a little bit. Like, don't. I'm scared. That's why I said I'm scared. Like, I'm just waiting for like next week we come out like done by 100, and it's just like what a fucking waste of like hope I've had. But we come in. So like, all right. So my 3-2-1. Who's my? You know what? I'm going to give my 3 to Chappie. I reckon Chappie had a bloody brilliant game. He's going to be my number one. So I'm going to say Chapman. Yeah. I'm going to go with Jackson and.
It's going to be Bruce, surely.
I was going to say Bruce. I was always going to go Dudley, but yeah, Bruce. We're going to go Bruce as well. They're coming along so well for how young they are. Like, Brucey in like 2 years is going to be insane. He's going to put on like 15 kilos and just be even more knowledgeable as a dude. And then he'll probably request a trade. And
once he gets that physical part to his game, because he's already tough. Like, he already wants to compete, but once he gets that frame and that toughness, he's going to be like a jacked little steel side bottom type operator.
Oh, yeah, I'm really liking it. I got to say, I'm always critical of Matt Johnson. Hated his game. That's my negative. Like, I want him out of this team so bad. I know he kicked a goal, but like, Still not worth it. I still
Ball
think
use
like,
is
you bring Lodi in,
terrible.
oh, out on the full, holding the balls, a couple of turnovers. It's like, good God, just put him back at the waffle. Like he's with Darcy. He needs to cook up and just like, oh, there's room for him there. I reckon bring in. I love
Yeah.
Nathan O'Driscoll. I think he's like much more clean than Johnson, and he'll just fit in that role perfectly. So
Yeah,
I'm
Chappie with 3 is facts. Says Freo forever. Yeah, he was great today, Chappie. Just intercepting, breaking up the Port attacks, getting the ball moving our way. Just putting himself.
He
He
started
had
off good
a
lines.
classic Heath Chapman game today.
Yeah, it was great. Love Chappie's game. I was really into that. And one other thing I'm going to put out there as well is like before I think SB said like we didn't put them to the sword, but it was a wet game. It's hard. Like if you win by 50 points and it's downpour like that, that's incredible. Like you got to take that. And also when we play Melbourne or like even the Suns or anything like that, we're going to play way more wet games over the next 2 months. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
Heading into the winter months, our brand definitely stacks up in the wet though. Like that tough contest, compete, team D. How good was our just defense overall today? How we set up behind the ball? Like we never looked like we're going to get exposed today.
No, Freddie was there as well. I think Freddie had like 2 rundown tackles, saying, which is the Freddie that we know. Like that's so good.
Yes. He missed a couple, but he did enough today, Frederick. He did enough to get the tick today, I thought.
I was happy with that. Like I was happy with Freddie's game, chuffed with Dudley's game. Like Sarong managed to shake the tag towards the end as well, and maybe Brayshaw was a little bit more quiet than usual.
Yeah, he only had 21. But speaking of tags, Corey Wagner did such a good job on Butters today. We've got a genuine tagger there.
Yeah, Butters was complete. I didn't even barely noticed him at all. I think he had a few tackles. I think like once he was taken out for kind of 3/4 of the game, he struggled to get back in himself. Because I think Wagner kind of left him towards like halfway through the third. And then he was let to do his own thing, but he was kind of useless, which was amazing.
Well, you think of like the caliber of player that Zach Butters is, we need to put him in the same bracket as, like your Chad Warners, that elk of player, like genuine top 5. Well, I think there's like Dacos and Bond, and then a rung below that. That's where Zach Butters is. So, we've seen Wagner go to Dacos, take him out of the game. We've now seen it with Butters as well. So Corey Wagner, what a revelation he's been.
Oh, he's been great. Like, what a surprise. Came out of nowhere. I kind of miss him on the without Simpson now though, because he would slot into that role perfectly. Although just put banners in the back. I like that. That's some. If we had Luke Beveridge as a coach,
imagine the outrage if we proceed with Banfield in defense. So, and he just coughs it up one game. He would cop it.
Yeah, but I guarantee if we had Luke Beveridge as a coach, he'd just be like, "Banners, you're staying in the backs until I see you screw up." I feel like that's such a Beveridge move.
Well, he's one of the best coaches in the competition at the moment, Luke Beveridge. I wonder how far off Brandon Walker is, because I've seen him training. He's got the afro out, so he can't be too far off.
Yeah, I think he's still like 3 or 4 weeks. I think he's meant to come back for Essendon. He could be ready.
Okay,
so,
nice.
A little while.
Beautiful.
And probably Simpson would be.
How would you summarize tonight's game, Tanu? I'm gonna pass over to Noah. Because it's midnight here. I've got to be up early. But thanks for hopping on once again. And how would you summarize tonight's game?
Wet 4 quarters. Done well.
Wet, good 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Happy to be wet if we're playing like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no, that was good. Thanks for joining once again, Tanu. You're a good man.
All right. Cheersy.
I'm scared of hope. Good man. You can't. Hello. Your mic is muted. You silly boy. We can't hear you. Ha 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 ha. What is Billy boy, you think this guy runs a Freo Faithful channel? He can't even turn his mic.
And I've kicked him off because there's no point of having him here.
Can't do that. No, now we've swapped spots.
No, I've changed it back.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you have fun at Optus tonight, mate?
Yeah, it was good. It was a very wet game. I've heard the word wet about 10 times already since I've joined the fan cams. But hey,
That
I think it's a
performance
very
made
good.
me wet.
Oh, mate, I was gonna say it's a very good word to describe the night. Yeah, very happy. Bit one downside. We won by 49 points. Really wanted that 50-point win. It didn't feel good when they kicked that behind in the last 20 seconds. So look,
How satisfying was the score? 100-50.
Oh,
Would have been
mate,
so nice.
it was so nice. And then I'm not sure who kicked it. Maybe then Zach Butters just ruined my whole night, to be honest. So yeah, it'll be a negative podcast on Monday. Nah, I was very happy with the display, mate. Yeah, no passengers, 4 quarters. Yeah, a lot of fun.
100%. Well said. You happy to keep this rolling, or what are we saying?
Not really, to be honest. I'm absolutely cooked, so it's probably a good time to end it.
All right. Let's get average in
Yeah,
real
good call.
quick, and we'll end it on average. Average.
Let's end it with a bang.
Yes.
How are you,
What
brother?
layout are we liking here?
Yeah, what do you guys like? Wait, what is this?
Wait, no,
Um,
wait. Keep it there.
I'm trying to sauce.
Hold up.
Hey!
Drews, keep it there. Yeah, main guy. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, that was pretty good game, I must say. Wow, what I must say is Luke Jackson. He's a ruck. He's one of the best rucks ever since Aaron Sandler's. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I'd agree.
Facts.
He's like what was it? That's our Fremantle boy Stephen, was it Stephen Jackson? No, Stephen someone.
Michael.
I'm not. That's the name. That's the name I'm talking about. Yeah, he was my man of match because he defeated the heck out of that Port Adelaide ruckman. Was it Dante? Well done to him. Okay, and I must say, Bruce, 4 goals. 4 goals.
Bruce.
I want that 5 goals, but no, 4 goals. All right, and good job to him. He kicked more goals than Harley Reid did in his first season. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, everybody. That's pretty good. Must say, defense pretty good. Chat P, we love you. We love you. We hope you keep on being Freo Docker, because I actually want this team to, be mature. We always have that thing where we are, this Freo team is really young and not that experienced, okay? But we want to take it high. We want to take it high, okay? Yeah, of course. And if you want to ask me anything.
Yeah. Were you at the game tonight?
I think you've said it well.
Yes.
Enjoy?
Yes,
You were?
I was the O on Go Freo. So if you see
Oh, and the cheer
that
squad.
was- that was
You're the
me.
O. Which O?
Yes, average.
The Freo.
O on the Freo. You're the last one. That's unreal.
Yeah.
Ending it with a bang.
Yeah, just end it like that, because I like O's.
Yeah, same, mate. Love those.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah,
Someone's O has got to go.
Patrick Voss. Hey, I
Freo.
like Patrick Voss.
He's a good player.
He's that one.
I like
player
Patrick Voss
that
as well.
Everyone should like. Yeah, we don't like Giants who didn't recruit him and just play him. We didn't like Essendon who just let him off, but we like Patrick Voss. We salute him.
And we like Luke Jackson, Willerton, Leeming represent.
And I hope to get into his Patrick Voss Academy. There's a thing in Triple M that Patrick Voss has this academy like every Wednesday. I hope I get into it.
There you go.
But yeah.
I want to be a part of the Patrick Voss Academy. He's a bit of a cold
What do
figure.
they teach there? Jeez.
Oh, I don't know. Just some cold with like Tracy and Patrick Ross. I think it's something to do with the marking with the ball, but yeah, something they talk about. Yeah, Xavier Ellis, love him. Like we all do. We all do. Razzie did pretty good in the midfield. We like him. I don't know if we can, just because Nathan O'Driscoll is coming in. Okay, I feel like we just stay as it is and just wait until the bye, because let everyone like relax a bit. Okay, we don't want to get any injuries because like Hayden the Young came into the side and then, he got injured. All right, get everyone 100%. That's what we want, and just move, keep winning and winning. Get 100 points. I want 100 points. That's 100 points right there. That's what we like.
We got it. Yeah. LJ said in the chat that end goal was a first, something to be excited about. Don't think I've ever seen Freo players play for territory in the wet and make something out of it. Yeah, we just scrapped for that last goal. Just territory, soccer, compete. Shea Bolton, sausage.
What about the difference of our smalls from last year to now? Like last year was so just.
Well, what was it
boring.
last year? Well, Sam Sturt, Sam Switkowski,
Stanfield,
Michael Frederick,
Walters, I guess. We just revitalized it. Like
it's all because of Murphy Reed and a bit of Shea Bolton there, but it's overall
and a sprinkle of Shea Bolton.
I'd love to know how many score involvements Dudley had tonight. I feel like he was setting up everything.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, find that out.
Ooh, he just knows where to be. Like ever since Murph and Dudley have come in, they just do not look out of place at all. You never go, oh, that was a bad decision from that young player. They're so smart.
Yeah. On the broadcast, is Cooper Simpson gone?
Yeah.
100%. He broke his AC joint. Or dislocated. So like his arm is no longer attached to his collarbone. Like he's done. He'll be out for months. That season over stuff, I reckon. Nah, he's done. Someone said like, hopefully Cooper Simpson's back in 3 to 4 weeks. Not a chance.
Okay. What are we thinking? James Aish?
Yeah.
Nah, I reckon Wagner goes back. I reckon Noddy comes in and Wagner goes back.
No,
that makes sense. Yeah, because Wagner only played midfield because of the tag there on Butters.
Why don't Wagner tag one of the Gold Coast players like Tugmila? No, not Tugmila. The other one.
Got too many weapons. Gold Coast.
Noah Anderson.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon Corey Wagner goes back into defense.
Noah Anderson. That's the one.
Good name.
Yeah, they also have John Noble. Oh, this is going to be a cracker of a game next week because it's going to be early and us Freo, except for Drew C, because you guys watch Freo 1 o'clock while we watch them 11. But this will be a real good game for us. If we lose, then we gotta go. We gotta go full steam ahead. After we beat North Melbourne, after we beat Essendon, after we beat Sydney, I think that's about it.
Just keep beating teams. We'll let you go there, Average. Thanks for joining us, mate. You're an icon of the channel. We absolutely love you. You're a good man. Keep holding up the Freo.
Thank you. Yeah, Freo. Wait.
Cut him off, mate.
That was a real big 3 right there. That was a real big 3 right there.
Far out. Who's the man on the Dockers?
Big 3. Yeah, Average is the man on the Dockers. There was a couple more comments that I just wanted to bring up. I've got to head off pretty soon, but
my dad's chimed in with the 5 score involvements.
Is this a good call? Good call, bad call? Kyle Warner, next Luke Ryan for us. Good call, bad call.
I reckon he is the next Carl Warner. I think he's a different player, Luke Ryan.
Wow.
Yeah, that is
But
that the most
no, like,
inspirational thing I've ever
similar
said on
foot
this channel?
skills. No, like foot
Yeah.
skills, toughness, similar size.
Yeah, I think he's quicker than Luke Ryan, which plays into his hands. More
Yeah.
versatile, I'd say too.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah. Continue to evolve, Carl Warner. That's a good shout there.
So tough.
Ashton McCarthy's been waiting, but I haven't seen any face cam, and we need face cam and thumbs up to go ahead with it.
We can just see.
Do we have a tagger, or will Sarong be able to run amok? Or do the Suns have a tagger? I don't think they really run a tag.
No, they don't. They're one of the only teams that like have never really run a tag ever.
They don't need to. They're so stacked. Who's playing on
Yeah.
Ben King? Probably Brennan Cox, I'd assume.
Yeah. Who? Oh, Draper might be back in next week, eh?
Yeah.
How many is Pierce getting? Because I only saw
Yeah.
one replay on the big screen.
Well, hopefully they give him the good bloke, like sort
Yeah.
of let off, and he only gets 2. They'll take it to the tribunal. He'll get suspended though, 100%.
It can't just be a week. Like it's either 0 or 2 plus.
Yeah. We got a bad call here from Tanu saying Warner will not be as good. Audi brand Ryan. But like, yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Luke Ryan. Luke Ryan's probably been. Is this a terrible call in saying that Luke Ryan is the best Dockers defender ever at this point? Like
No.
2-time All
No, sorry.
Australian.
No, that is a shit call. Well, what I was going to say. He's not. Luke McFarlane
it?
is.
Like, yeah, but like accolades wise, like 2-time All Australian, the longevity, he'd be in the conversation.
He'd be in like an all-time Freo 22. Definitely.
100%.
McFarlane's only won one All Australian. But I also
There
think
you go.
244 games across 14
Well, what's
years.
Luke Ryan on?
Like, he would have debuted 2018 as a guess.
Luke Ryan, how many games do you reckon he's played?
He's played 165, debuted 2017, 2-time All Australian, Doig medalist, Waffle Premiership player.
There you go. Literally won the BNF. Luke McFarlane ever win the BNF?
Did Luke McFarlane ever win a Peel Thunder Premiership?
What we can agree on is that the best defenders to play for Freo have both been called Luke. We can agree on that.
Absolutely. Just quickly,
but yeah, the point I'm saying, Carl Warner, like, I'm not saying that he's going to live up to be as good of a player as Luke Ryan is, but I think they're like similar size and, you know, probably defend the same types of players. Go on with your Peel chat.
Yeah, Peel played today and pretty relevant because we will have a couple force changes most likely next week. Hugh Davies stood his ground well. Peel got smashed, by the way. Hugh Davies stood his ground well. Apparently, Josh Draper is just zapped of all confidence. Ever since he's been back down to the waffle, he has just been playing in his shell, which is a bit sad to see. Will Brodie, I have on good report. He was terrible. Like, his disposal was awful every single time he got it. Jack Deline, he played on the wing.
Who told you
for the
that?
first time. This is multiple Twitter reports from people down the ground. Right. Jack Deline played on the wing for the first time. Wasn't very good. That's all I've got.
James Aish with 28 touches.
There you go. I didn't hear anything about Jimmer.
Oscar McDonald, 1 goal, 2.
Oscar McDonald come in next week over Drake?
Does Ollie Murphy debut?
No, I actually heard he wasn't very good either. So,
yeah. Sam Watts has chimed in. Next week in O'Driscoll Draper, out Simpson Pierce. Wags moves to defence for Simpson and Nod plays in the midfield. That's what I think will happen. But like Hugh Davies has never been bad for us when he's come in. He's always been tough. He's always defended well. And that's I don't know.
He played in that win against Sydney last year. Like, we didn't have Pierce for that game.
Well, him and Draper were massive that day.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. He's definitely got capabilities. We've got a few options down there. Like Omac wasn't fit for that game last year. He probably would have played. So,
But
yeah.
do you want to play Omac? Because Omac's been playing second ruck and forward. So I don't know if they go, all right, Omac, you're a defender again. He's like, all right.
Oh, Omac
know.
has been in the system for like close to 10 years. I think he'll be available to swing back if he needs.
Tanu wants Omac. When are we recording the podcast, Noah? Tomorrow night or Monday?
I can do tomorrow, personally, to get out Monday.
Well, I can, yeah. Let's try to do tomorrow. We're going to wrap up the stream there. The Dockers get a 49-point home win in the wet. We've played 8 quarters in a row. Happy days. Noah is home and dry after a wet night at Optus. Thanks for joining me to close out the stream, Noah. Oh, yeah, we're wet.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for having me. No, I didn't say that, but I implied it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. We'll see you all next time. Up the Dockers.
Go, Freo. Thanks for everyone that joined the stream as well. Big up yourselves.